And welcome to everybody who's filtering in here on Zoom. Melissa, welcome. So have here photographer Melissa Baptiste, who is going to be talking about women in photography. So as you guys see there on the screen, we're going to be getting down to what it really takes to be a woman in this industry, as far as starting a business, being a photographer in general as a woman. And I'm guessing we're going to segue into just various different tributaries of, things that you've encountered in your path, your career getting to this point, and where we think it might be going in the future. So again, welcome to everyone who's joining us now on Zoom, and to those of you who are watching us on Facebook. As you know, if you do have a question or comment and you're watching from Facebook, please leave a comment in the comment section, or a question. We'll get it asked to Melissa over here. And for those of you joining us in Zoom, please utilize the Q&A feature, and we will get that question asked to Melissa as well. So Melissa, welcome, first of all, to the B&H virtual event space. It's a pleasure to have you. We always like providing content that is not only relevant, but content that is also unique, and content that pushes the envelope, rather than staying with the same stuff that we're always hearing about. It's like, editing, Lightroom, wedding photography, lighting in general, portraiture, is something, we see whenever we log into anything photography related. So talking about women in photography is something that we don't see enough of. And it's one of those industries that was male dominated for so many years. And now women have gained a foothold and are really pushing it to the forefront.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be with you all today. And as Derek said, I'll be covering women in photography, giving you guys the raw truth and not the JPEG version of how it is to start a business as a woman in the creative industry. So ask question. I want this to be as conversational.
I got you. Everybody, look, Melissa, it's happy hour. I hope you guys are out there chilling. I told Melissa before we went on, I said, this is loose. I told her she's got her drink there. So we're loose. We're having a good time, right?
Yes.
We're going to break it down. That's how we're going to start. We're going to get off, just deep breath. I'm drinking water, but you got something over there. You could take a sip for me.
Got you. So just ask question, and so let's get into it.
Let's go.
So Melissa Baptiste is also known as Melissa B Studio online. So Melissa B Studios is my business name. That's what I go by behind on social media. And the business mantra is capturing life, making memories, and creating art. So basically we want to cover all your memories, I even do like high-end shoots and beauty shoots. So we cover everything. So a little about me. I'm a New York-based photographer, and I'm known for capturing portraits that conveys people's individuality and emotions. I gained an interest in photography during my senior year of high school. I took a digital photography class. Shout out to Elmont Memorial High School and Miss Grenier that really pushed, like, if it wasn't for that class, I would have never really got an interest into photography. So after that class, I graduated high school and went to college. And after my first year of college, I'm like, I think I'm ready to buy my own camera and try to experiment and just take pictures for fun. So as I was doing that, so my first year of college was ended in 2016. So summer 2016, I bought my first camera, a Canon T6. And I was so excited when I got that camera. So that whole summer, all my friends and family, they know I was basically taking pictures of everything and anyone. I'm like, okay, we're going to the park. Oh, I'm bringing my camera. We're going to the city. Oh, I'm bringing my camera. So after I seen that this is something I really like, and people actually like the photos, and I really enjoy editing. Like, low-key, I really enjoy editing.
You're one of the few people that really enjoys editing, I think.
Especially beauty, portraits, that's my thing. So after that whole summer, I decided to learn more about photography in general and also the business side. So I took photography classes, attended workshops, different workshops around the city, and even in college, I took a couple of visual arts classes. And then right after that, I went to a couple changes in the business. people that have been there when I first started, my name was Cupcake Photography. Very childish. I know. Then we moved on to like clear image photography. Then now we finally have an established name. I'm not changing it again, and now it's Melissa B Studios. So that's a little about me. Okay. So during this presentation, I'm gonna focus on 3 main points, and it's gonna be turning a passion into a business, how to balance being a creative and an entrepreneur, and also a little tips and trick on how to take portrait on your professional camera or on your cell phone. So starting a business in the creative industry is a completely different ballgame because you're a service. So it's not like you're selling t-shirts or products or hair. So it's very hands-on because you're the employer, you're getting to the clients, and you're also the worker. So you have to be customer service professional, and also, oh, I need to edit all these pictures and push them out. And so it's kind of a lot, but it's possible to make it work. So the first few years are going to be trial years before you really establish your voice as an entrepreneur and your aesthetic as a creative. So the road from passion to business will solely depend on you and your ambition, resilience, hard work, persistence, and commitment, because it gets hard. Like, you have to want it to keep going, because you're the only person that can make it work. Like, you take the pictures, you're the one that's interacting with clients. Like, you have to do everything. So if you think you're not ready to do this, if you think, my mom just kidding.
Tell her mom come say hi. She can't just come in and not say hi to everyone.
Oh my God. So if you think you're just gonna, I'm just gonna start like the business just by taking the pictures, but there's a lot of background work that you have to be ready to do, and you definitely have to be ready to learn, because the photography game is always changing. There's always a new way to like edit or improve yourself, or new software that always coming out. So you have to always be willing to learn in the photography aspect and also in the business aspect, because now, like, let's say a client has to pay you, you can't only have one source of like payment option. Now there's Cash App, Venmo, Zelle. So you have to be acquainted to all these different moving parts, and also learn as you go so you can succeed.
Melissa, how do you think, like, what's your approach to, you're just starting out. So obviously you're trying this, I'm saying, if somebody's just starting out, they're trying to figure out their place in the industry, and they're trying to balance the creative aspect with the business aspect. Should people be saying no when they're first starting out, or should they, where it's something where it's not really my style, I don't really want to do that, I'm going to kick that and not take the job? Or do you feel like people should be saying yes to jobs that even then they might not be so passionate about? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I think that they should, when you first start out, you have to try everything to see what you really don't like and really like. Because you could say, oh, I don't like shooting weddings, but then you go there and then you're shooting all these beautiful group pictures and portraits of the bride and the groom, and it's like, oh my God, I really like capturing those personal moments. So I think when you first start out, you have to try everything to really know, like, okay, I could do weddings, but I don't do wedding because I don't like it. I rather do, let's say, children portraits or product shoots. Like, you have to try everything before you're like, oh, this, I don't like this, or oh, this is not my thing. For me, like, that's what I say, because that's how I know, like, okay, portrait is my thing, because I tried everything. I don't mind shooting. Like, I say that you want to shoot anything, Melissa's down to shoot anything. But I know, like, okay, I really like portraits. That's really my thing. And people, like, okay, they know Melissa. Oh, Melissa B Studio, she does portraits really good. So when you first start out, you definitely have to try out all the different niches to see, like, what you really like and what you really don't like. And just to have it, like, in your belt, like, yeah, I shot a wedding before. Yeah, I did product,
We've all done it.
Yes.
Although some of the stuff you stay with, like, I'll never go near another wedding again. I'll tell you that.
See, because you try,
I'll
so you know.
exactly. No, I think that's great advice.
Okay, so now, is there any questions?
No, we're good.
So the next part will be balancing the moving parts of, okay, balancing the moving parts. Being an entrepreneur and a creative is all about balance. Having a passion for creative work is one thing, but having the determination to pursue it and turn it into something fruitful is very different. And find what works for you, set achievable goals, and know your limits. So when you just starting out, don't expect you're gonna have, let's say, 10 clients each week, because you have to be realistic. People don't know you yet. People have to try it out. People like to see how you shoot other people first, then come to you. This is what I see a lot in this business. Like, they like to say, oh, you shot my friend's party. Oh, let me book you for my party. Like, that's how, a lot of word of mouth. Like, that's why customer service needs to be on 100. Like, literally, customer service needs to be on 100. But you have to set achievable goals. So let's say you're just starting out. Let's say in a month you could project, oh, in a month I want to have 10 clients. That's pretty realistic than saying in a week I want to have 10 clients and stuff like that. And things to remember is always to keep an open mind, learn and acquire new knowledge. Like I said before, the creative world and the business world is always moving and always changing. So you have to keep up. And design a business plan. Don't just go in there like, oh, I have a camera now, let me start. So you need to have like, you need to be not super established, but have certain basic stuff like a logo so they could like know who you are, have a standard contract so clients don't play with you. Take it from me. My first year, I did not have contracts and it almost went left, but now I have a contract that
How early on in your business do you line up all that stuff? You know, so how early on do you have to approach? Is it something where people can kind of limp in, or should people talk to like a business attorney or an accountant before they even take the steps to be like a state certified business?
I feel like as soon as they know that they really want to do this, even if it's as a side hustle, you should have these legal stuff situated, because people will try you.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a woman in this business, they will try you. So I made the mistake to wait a year to do all of this. So I'm telling you guys, if you're interested
from experience,
the creative world, or you're a freelancer, definitely have a contract ready and have all your business stuff in order, because just to avoid any headaches. Like, if you don't like headaches, definitely do these stuff.
Well, I feel like social media has kind of clouded the water on that, because you look at, people are looking at people who post pictures online, get a high follower count, people reach out to them. You never see the legal aspect. All people see is the pictures, the likes, the comments. People don't think about all this stuff that you're bringing up, the business plan, the budget. Like, people are like, wait, you mean I don't just post pictures on Instagram and checks come in the mail?
Absolutely not. So I do see, I say social media, there are other photographers that do it. They don't have a traditional contract. It's more so like on the website, people do everything and they sign like an agreement with a few lines. And I'm like, that also works. It works if the people read it. But I feel like with the contract, the person is signing it. And my contract is like a page and a half. It's not really long, but it goes over like everything. So if someone is like, oh, when am I getting my pictures back? Go back to the contract because it's in there. Because I don't like, so if everything is on the paper, you don't have to go there's no back and forth with the email. It's straightforward. Once you send the contract out, everything is in the contract. You need more pictures, it's in the contract. You want prints, it's in the contract. Oh, when am I getting my pictures? It's in the contract. Oh, my pictures are on your website. I didn't agree to this. Yes, you did. You signed the contract. So it avoids a lot of headaches when starting out. and people should just do it. And a lot of people are actually shocked when I'm like, oh, there's a photography agreement. They're like, oh, okay.
I guess you never, I mean, a lot of people don't think about it until you really have to. And at that point, usually it's too late because it's like, you know, somebody's suing you or take my images down or this or that.
Exactly. That's why I said with me, literally, it was from experience. Okay, story time. Doing this wedding, and that's when I was just first or second year I was doing this. So we did the wedding, it's fine. I did these people's engagement photos. So I was like, okay, they already know the deal. They know what's up. Now the wedding is done and everything is done, but now they're giving issues to give final payments. And I'm just like, sir, we have an understanding, like the wedding is over now.